Hi guys, so this is the third video. So if you haven't watched the other two already, you need to make sure you go back and watch those and then watch this one. And we are on question 3. Okay, so number 3 says Jamal likes long novels and his friend Derek likes to read too. Okay, so go through and try and figure out who or what the sentence is about, so the subjects, and label them with an S for subjects. So pause me and do that. So you should have labeled Jamal and Derek as your subjects in this sentence. Because the sentence is about Jamal and Derek. So Jamal, what is Jamal doing? Jamal likes, that's what he's doing, long novels. So our predicate in this sentence is likes because that is what he's doing. Remember, our predicate is usually the verb. So an action word, right? Because a verb isn't action. You can do it. So Jamal likes, it's telling us that Jamal likes, that's what he's doing. It's our predicate. And then our other predicate for the second half of our sentence is his friend. Well, the second half of our sentence says his friend Derek likes to read too. So his friend Derek, that is our subject in the second half of the sentence, and he likes to read. So our predicate is likes because that is what he's doing. He likes to read. So even though read is technically a verb, we're not going to add that as our predicate because that's not our predicate. We already said that our predicate started with likes because that's what he's doing, right? Okay, so now we need to separate our two subjects and our two predicates. So we're going to separate them right after the subject, right? So Jamal likes long novels. We're going to separate that between Jamal and likes. Because Jamal is our subject and our predicate is likes what does he like? Long novels. Okay. And then for the second half of our sentence, his friend Derek, so our subject Derek, likes to read too. So what does he do? He likes to read, right? So we're going to separate it after Derek because this is what the sentence is about, right? That's our subject. And he likes to read. That's telling us about our subject. Our predicate tells us about our subject and what our subject is doing. Okay, on number 4, okay, we forgot to finish number 3. Okay, so we need to look for our conjunctions now. So our conjunction that we're focusing on right now is and. So do you see the word and in the sentence? Underline it twice. Okay, so we have our linking conjunction word, and we have two subjects and two predicates. So do you think this is a compound sentence? Yeah, it is because there's two subjects and two predicates, and there's two independent clauses or two independent sentences that are linked together with the word and. They're conjoined together by the conjunction and. So the answer on the line is yes, it is a compound sentence. Okay, number 4. Go ahead and try this one by yourself, and then we will go over it. So you're going to mark your subjects, mark your predicates, separate your subjects and predicates, and underline the conjoining word and. So pause me and do that now. Okay, so you should have marked that Mark and his classmates are the subjects. That is what the sentence is about. Remember, our subject is who or what the sentence is about. And the predicate tells us what about the subject or what the subject's doing. So what is the subject doing or the subject's doing? They will write. So will write, that's what they're going to do, a report on mammals. And we're going to separate it after the subject. We're going to separate the subject and predicate after the subject. So there's two subjects here, but there's no predicate in between. So I don't need to put a line anywhere in between these two subjects because it's just telling us that, well, actually, this conjunction joins them together so that they're a compound subject, but they're So we don't have to separate those two because they're conjoined together with the word and. So Mark and his classmates, so now it's kind of like one big subject there at the beginning of our sentence, will write a report on mammals. So we want to separate the subject from the predicate. So we're going to separate it right after classmates. Because Mark and his classmates are the subject, they're what the sentence is about. What are they doing? They will write a report on mammals. So that's the predicate. On the last sentence, I'm sorry, I forgot. So is this a compound sentence? Well, there's two subjects, so that's good. There's only one predicate though, so it can't be a compound sentence, right? We have to have two subjects and two predicates for it to be a compound sentence. So our answer on the line for number 4 is no. Okay, now we can go to number 5. Okay, so number 5 says, the class went to the park and the museum. Okay, so go ahead and try this one on your own. You're going to mark the subject, the predicate, and you're going to separate the subject and predicate, and you're going to underline any conjoining words you see in the sentence, which again, we already know is and today. And then you also want to mark if you think this sentence is a compound sentence or no, it is not a compound sentence. So go ahead and do that and pause me now. Okay, so you should have found that there is actually only one subject in this sentence, and the subject is the class, right? That's what this sentence is about, is the class. So we're going to put an S over class. What did the class do? They went to the park and the museum. So they went is our action verb word, right? So that would be our predicate. Now, our conjunction is conjoining two different places, but the places are not the subject of the sentence or the predicate of the sentence. So we don't have to mark anything, even though the word and is conjoining them together. So we're just going to mark and. We don't need to mark the park or the museum because that is not the main focus of our sentence. There is two different places that they're talking about, but that is not what our sentence is focusing on. It's focusing on the fact that the class and then the predicate went somewhere, right? Okay, so we'll mark and then we want to separate the subject from the predicate. So our subject is the class, and what did the class do? They went to the park. So we want to separate it between class and went. Okay, so now is it a compound sentence? Well, there's only one subject and only one predicate, so it cannot be a compound sentence, right? So our answer on the line is no. Okay, I want to, before you do 6.5, I want to talk about something because we got a little bit confused in class today. So if I had the sentence Lisa is here, our subject would be Lisa. That's who our sentence is about. Our predicate, or what she's doing, she is. Kind of like yesterday when we talked about the verb being is or was. Same thing here. Our predicate is also is or was usually. If you see it where Lisa is here, that's what she's doing. She is. She's not doing here. She is here. So our predicate would be here. We would separate it right there like that. Same with Lisa was. Lisa is our subject. Our predicate is was because she was here. That's what she was doing. Again, she can't hear. She's was here. And we separate it just like that. Okay, so when you do 6.5, you do not have to do 4 and 5. Those are not graded. But if you would like to, you can try those. But the only ones that you have to do are 1, 2, 3, 6, and 7. Make sure you're taking your time and really thinking about if it's a compound sentence or not, and then thinking about how we broke these apart and how you might do that on your own on 6.5. So think about where we broke them apart and look at these sentences again if you need to, watch the videos again if you need to. Just really take your time on them. I know we had kind of a harder time in class, so we'll probably be doing some more activities like this, but this is something that you're going to need to learn for the test at the end of our unit. So just keep practicing with it, keep going. You can do it. I know it's harder, but we're going to do it together. All right, if you guys have any questions, please let me know. Make sure if you are completing this on paper that you send in a picture to me. If you're doing it on Kami, make sure that you're able to actually mark everything. I don't really know how to do all that with the marking part of it. So make sure you're able to do that and I can tell what you're trying to write with it too. All right, guys, good luck. I know you can do it.